Police had to push back the protesters so firefighters could get to the flames.
Watch out! Hey, Beasley!
Small fires had appeared all day. This upped the temperature, which of course was the point.
One demonstrator threw a flashbang grenade back at police. It exploded in an officer's face.
Plenty of tear gas. 6 officers reportedly injured.
They will destroy your limo. You need to leave now.
AK-47, put the cops in piggy heaven.
Come on. We got society. We're here to come together today.
Burn it right in the trash where it belongs. Yes, sir.
Tonight on Poppin' Politics, radical leftists unleash chaos, torching Teslas and celebrating destruction, all in their crusade against Elon Musk. Even Minnesota's Democrat Governor Tim Walz cheers as Tesla's stock plummets. Meanwhile, shocking violence erupts at a state relay, one runner brutally attacking another with a baton. What's happening to our culture? Yet, amidst the leftist meltdown, Elon Musk delivers, bringing our astronauts safely back to Earth. The left rages, but American innovation triumphs. Let's break it all down next.
Be leaders ourselves.
Black women are being used by the Democrat Party.
All of these socioeconomic indicators are in the negative, particularly for Black people.
They want mob rule. When Trump was in office, please somebody tell me what act of dictatorship did he perform?
She had Donald Trump's hair on top of her head. And she's sitting here talking about brown girl this, brown girl that.
Because she's a Black woman.
They would ask her how to spell her first name and clap like sea monkeys.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
What's up, everybody? It is Wednesday, and it's time for Poppin' Politics. We are back. I'm KJ, and it's Shelly E.
To the hard way.
Yes, indeed, to the hard way. Nicole is still in the Gulf of America vacationing. Yes, somewhere. We wish her all happiness and fun, and hopefully she's taking plenty of photos to bring back and share with us.
She was trying to get a first-hand seat for the spaceship shuttle.
Oh, right. Yeah, we're going to talk about that too. But before we dive in, do me a favor, tap that thumbs up, folks. We have so many people already watching. Hit that like button. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe. We're here on YouTube and Rumble. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify under the name Pop and Politics. We love our chat. We shout out all of our super chats. So it's the best way to get your voice heard and to support conservative content. Folks, this is not just a podcast. This is a movement of God-fearing, truth-seeking, America-loving people that value freedom. Stand with us and subscribe so we can amplify this rallying call for freedom. All right, Shelly, let's set it off. We already have a super chat tonight, folks. Thank you all so much. Let's see here. Kung Fu CJ says, oh, shucks, it's about to go down. Yes, it is. We are upset. We want to get the truth out because there's a lot of misinformation being pushed by the left, and we got to get the truth out. And so tonight we're going to do that. So we opened up with that montage in the beginning. That was actually from January 2017 when President Trump was first elected. During inauguration protests against President Trump in DC, that all hell broke out.
All hell. These leftists, look, I say regularly that leftism is like their religion. Well, in every religion, there are rituals, usually involving some kind of ceremony, maybe some lighting, some candles, things like that. This is a ritual for them. Destruction. They got the light, they got the fire, they have all the people and all the hoopla. This is an important part of their religion, to destroy. Like a ritual. This is what they do. This is what they practice.
Yeah, absolutely. These riots that we showed you guys, those riots that occurred were some of the most violent during an inauguration in modern U.S. history. And Shelley and I were just chatting as we were watching the playback. If the right had did anything like that, we would still be talking about it today.
Absolutely.
It would be on everyone. It would probably be worse than January 6th, the way they talk about January 6th.
It would be insurrectionists, it would be, anarchists, all this kind of stuff. And they would use whatever that date may have been. They would use it until the cows come home. Again, leftists, this is what they do, destroy. Name me one thing good that leftists have done to elevate our country, to honor our country. Even if you don't like someone in office, the right doesn't go down to DC burning the cars or the property of Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders and all those people. We just don't do it. And as a matter of fact, most people on the right, I assume all of us would totally condemn it if it does happen.
Absolutely. Folks, that rioting that occurred during that span of time, where they smashed windows of businesses, set limousine on fire, vandalized vehicles, the total estimated property damage exceeded $100,000. 200 people were arrested, primarily on rioting and destruction related charges. Many of them were let go with a slap on the wrist. And then that brings us to today. What Elon Musk is seeing at his dealerships all across the country. Take a look at this. This is clip 2.
I have to ask, why? Why do I see people like I woke up this morning and saw that Teslas were put ablaze in one of your dealerships in Vegas? I've seen this happen all over the country. Bullets are being fired. Charging stations are put ablaze. Teslas are being put ablaze. You have experienced assassination, threats of assassination for you and your family. What have you done that warrants this? Because I see nothing that you have done except help our country.
Yeah, I mean, it's really come as quite a shock to me that there's this level of really hatred and violence from the left. I always thought the left, or Democrats, were supposed to be the party of empathy, the party of caring, and yet they're burning down cars, they're firebombing dealerships, they're firing bullets into dealerships, they're just smashing up Teslas. Tesla is a peaceful company. We've never done anything harmful. I've never done anything harmful. I've only done productive things. So I think we just have a deranged. There's some kind of mental illness thing going on here, because this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
and I think there are larger forces at work as well. I mean, I don't know who's funding it and who's coordinating it, because this is crazy. I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah, they're deranged. They are sick, Shelley.
Yeah,
Are they?
He said the party of derangement. You're right. They're the party of death, destruction, and they certainly know how to decimate incendiary devices. So that's what they do. Again, I'm going to challenge you in our chat. Please, if I'm wrong, if we're wrong, name one thing, one good thing that they have done to, create and promote, elevate our country on a whole. Just give me one thing. And you know what? I will cede your point just to that one thing, of course, not to the rest of the show.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't like someone, that's fine. You don't have to like them. You don't have to agree with their stance politically, with their religion, but you do not go out and destroy property and try to ruin their businesses. Just like he said, All he has ever done really is try to make this country better. Of course, he's a business owner. He's trying to, make money, and nothing wrong with that. We're all trying to make money. The man just brought home astronauts when no one else could do it. And he's chosen to, use his time and his smarts and things, his business acumen, to make our government leaner and get out of the debt and for our children and their children's children. And this is what they do.
That's what they do. They're miserable. They are evil, not even just mean, they're evil. And they don't want you or anyone else to be happy, excited, grateful about our country. Elon Musk is virtually a hero. Like you said, he uses his brain. I mean, as weird or bizarre or intelligent, however you want to call it, that he is, he uses it for good.
Right. And we have become so twisted as a country that someone that is here, that is innovative, that is a business owner, that has employed thousands of people, they're seen bad. But then someone like Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, Obama, who have literally made millions off of the government tit. They have not created anything. They have not employed anyone for the most part. They have just been on so-called public service. Somehow they go into government with lesser money and come out multi-millionaires. Nobody questions it. And because they smile and grin and try to say really nice things, the American people praise it.
That's it. It's twisted. Everything is upside down, certainly with the left. You just cannot just live in peace, or what do they just say? Live and let live. Mm-hmm. You can't do that with them. They will destroy you, your property, anything that you have built. That is their one mission in life, because they don't want America to be the country that it is, and certainly not what we're founded on. They want a whole different country.
Right. Right, folks, the cracks are showing and the narrative is collapsing fast. While the media scrambles to cover this stuff up, you're already ahead of the curve because you watch shows like this. Please like, share, and subscribe, because the implosion is just getting started and we're here to call them out. So please like, share, and subscribe to this video. And if you like what you're hearing, your super chats are definitely appreciated. Now, speaking of these government officials that all they want to do is take our money. I mean, what's his name? Schumer. Chuck Schumer was on The View this week, and he literally said it. He said the government is here to take our money. He said it was wrong for millionaires and billionaires and people with money to want to hold on to their money and not pay taxes. And do you want to pay taxes?
No.
You say it every week.
No, I don't. I don't want to pay taxes. I can pay a sales tax, and I can pay the minimum tax that it takes to provide the services, the minimum services that our government is supposed to provide. That's it. Other than that, leave our money alone. I work for it. In a sense, technically, if you think about it, then hell, we all work for the government then. Right. We all do, because upwards of half of our money goes to fund the government, of which we really don't, benefit from in many cases. Most people who work, we're not going to go to the Social Security office, or I would say the Social Services office, and ask for welfare. I mean, unless there's a really, really significant need. But for the most part, no. But we're going to be the ones out there humping and stuff every day, bringing home our check, and you see half of it already gone before your direct deposit hits. And I want my money.
And another thing, so you see these Democrat leftist politicians, all they talk about is, oh, the billionaires are taking our money, and they are getting over on the working class people, and we're here for the working class people. You want me to tell you what they really do? So here in Baltimore City, like we've mentioned before, we are right here in Baltimore City, in ground zero of liberal waste, of liberal leftist just shenanigans. We are here. And these people come on the TV, they go out on these speeches saying they care about the poor, they care about the working class, the middle class, they want the rich to pay their fair share, when really all they want is to line their pockets with more money. And they tax and fee the working class out the wazoo. Our mayor here in Baltimore City right now is lobbying the legislature to propose an additional 2% sales tax on top of the state's 6% sales tax for Baltimore City residents.
Right.
So city residents already face 15 different taxes, and they pay twice as much in property taxes as neighboring jurisdictions.
Exactly.
And so now he wants to tax more because they have not been good stewards of the money that they have taken in. They have not been good stewards with the stewards of the resources, which we're seeing on the federal level as well. And so instead of them doing right with the money they have, they want to tax and fee us more.
Exactly. And add to that, our Governor Moore, his bill in Maryland, the governor submits a bill, and then the legislature has to basically debate about it, things like that. That's the long and short of it. But in his bill, in his proposal, I don't know how many as far as number, but there were billions of dollars of additional taxes that they aim to collect, from soda tax, snack taxes, business taxes. But yet he'll go on national TV claiming he's promoting business growth for Maryland. No, he's not, because one of the largest employers, it's a mainstay. If you're a Maryland resident or Chesapeake Bay resident, you certainly know about the McCormick Company, the spice company, right? You drive up and down 83 here, you can smell the spices every day, right?
They're from Maryland.
They said that they were going to be leaving.
Yeah.
They're carving out some of their company, breaking it up and dispersing it across the country to lower tax states, right? Or more tax-friendly business states. So now the governor is out here lying to you. If you see him on media somewhere, tell him he's lying. He's lying. Marylanders are going to be taxed out of their butts. I'm trying to be kosher for Lent. I know that, whatever. But that's what they're doing. They're lying. They want us to, like Obama said it, the government belongs to all of us. No, they want all of us to belong to the government. That's what they want.
Yeah. And folks, we keep saying this stuff because this is not just a one-off here in Baltimore City or Maryland in general.
Right.
This is the Democrat platform, their ideology, their solutions for everything across the country. So when we hear them out here going after Elon Musk, going after President Trump, just because they want to balance our budget, just because they want to stop the waste, they don't want that, because they know that if the money stops coming in to the government, if they're not able to manage this money and grift it off to their NGOs and their friends and people like that, that stops their money.
Exactly.
And that's what it is. It's not about the working class.
Exactly. Our budgets are never seemingly balanced. We never get the money for the school. Even in Maryland, we're supposed to have the lottery tickets and other things that were supposed to fund education. It's never happened. It's a lie. So why do they want more and more money down a black hole? They never balance the budget. They always need more. And then they try to play on your emotions. It's for the children. Damn it. No, it's not. It's for these adults. And like you said, all of their pet projects, the money is going everywhere but where it's supposed to go. And it's not ever going to go there. It's about power and prestige and position. That's all they want.
Yeah. And let's talk about being a business owner. Now, whether you are a small business owner or whether you are a large business owner like Elon Musk, you take pride. You work hard to do what you need to do, not only as a business owner, all the blood, sweat, and tears you put into creating something, and then actually getting it off the ground. You continue to work hard to keep it afloat. These Democrats don't give a damn about us business owners, from little people to all the way up to Elon Musk. This week, just recently, Timmy the Tanker Walz, I call him that because he cheers as Tesla stock plunges, because they're out here destroying and being destructive to Tesla cars and dealerships all over the country. Take a look at this. This is clip 10.
Saying on my phone, I don't know, some of you know this on the iPhone, they've got that little stock app. I added Tesla to it to give me a little boost during the day. 225 and dropping. So, and if you own one, If you own one, we're not blaming you. You can take dental floss and pull the Tesla thing off, you know, and take out, just telling you.
Isn't that sick?
Yeah.
What about people who have that in their IRAs and in their portfolios?
What about people who work there, right? And newsflash, if all of you who you know the stock market, where's our friend Tyrone? Once the stock is going down, it's the best time to buy it because it's going to go back up. That's Tesla, number one. Number two, you call him, what did you call him? Timmy something.
Timmy the Tanker.
Yeah, I call him Scooby-Doo. Remember the old Hanna-Barbera cartoon? Yeah. I call him Scooby-Doo because that's what he reminds me of, Scooby-Doo in a human form. But nevertheless, you have a governor or former governor of a state in the United States, a union, in our union, who is proclaiming proudly and gladly that a company's stock, who has done no wrong, this company has not committed human rights abuses, hasn't done slave labor, any of those things that we would normally, say, poo-poo. None of that. The company has grown. It hires people. It's innovative. Not only that, just a few years ago, these are some of the same people, the Scooby-Doo Walzes, like that, proclaiming the Teslas because they were clean and they electric engines and they are whatever you call it, zero, I don't even know the word, zero emissions, yes. But now all of a sudden, because they don't like his politics, or at least the man he's associated with politically, now they think they get the right to go and burn and vandalize his company. And you have a sitting governor or former governor, want to be vice presidential candidate, cheering it on. It's detestable. It's disgusting. It is so perverted. It is so leftist and progressive.
Yeah. It is disgusting. It really is. And while he sits in his home or on somebody's stage, goofy is all out, applauding that that the stock is going down in a publicly traded company where not just Elon Musk is affected, but many people who have stock with him, who what do you call it?
The stockholders?
Yeah, stockholders. Yeah. They're being affected as well. While all this is going on, Elon Musk's other company brings home the astronauts.
Yes.
Take a look at this. This is clip 1.
Gulf of America, off the coast of Tallahassee, Florida.
And splashdown. Crew 9 back on Earth.
And SpaceX Freedom, splashdown. Good main release.
Copy, splashdown. We see main chutes cut. Nick, Alex, Butch, Sunny, on behalf of SpaceX, welcome home.
It is an amazing, what a ride. I see a capsule full of grins ear to ear.
Looks like we're getting our next crew member here. That is none other than Sunny Williams. Big smile, big waves. She, like her other crew members, now will be assisted onto the mobility aid.
There we have it. Some waves, some thumbs up, and some smiles.
Wow, they're finally home after 10 months.
I know.
10 months. The astronauts couldn't return home sooner due to safety concerns with the Boeing spacecraft that was supposed to bring them back, which was deemed unsafe for their return. Additionally, budget constraints at NASA delayed their homecoming until SpaceX was able to assist with the return. Before I get your response, we have some super chats here, folks. Thank you so much. Rico says, looking good, ladies. Thank you, Rico. All right. Wendy says, with the $5 super chat, the government does not generate a cent.
Absolutely.
Wait, they get paid in the stock markets, insider trading.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. Rico says, Shelly is right. When that stocks drop, buy it. Right? Yeah.
That's right.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
Right. That's right. And before I go on, while you're at it, make sure you go to our site, popinpoliticslive.com and shop. We need you to support us. And what else? It was something else we were talking about, the Cash App, right?
Oh yeah, we have a Cash App.
Donate to our Cash App, directly to our Cash App. Look, when I say we need you to support us, it's not because we're begging. We want you to support us. If you like our content, please buy it. Tell us. That's how you show us, at least one way, that you support us and you want to keep content like this coming. We don't get a EBT card. We don't go down to the social services office and beg, borrow, and steal. And we certainly don't go out into the market square and vandalize to get attention. This is what we do, and we love that you support us. And we're just asking you to show us, and we thank you for it.
Yes, indeed, we certainly do, guys. We do. We appreciate the family, the community that we're making here, and with like-minded people who share with shared values. It's just a pleasure just coming out here talking with you all. It was really nice last Friday getting to meet some of you all face to face when we had our call-in show, and we'll definitely do that again sometime soon. All right. So yeah, just getting back to this. So the American astronauts Sonny Williams and Butch Wilmore returned to Earth after what was meant to be a week-long mission turned into over 9 months. Can you imagine?
I cannot imagine. I mean, look, I used to want to go to space, but no, I really don't. But it's just so cool. It was so cool watching that yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, the day, at least here on the East Coast, the day was nice. It was a beautiful day. And then to see them coming down, parachuting down all safely, getting back home. It was just such a inspirational moment. I mean, I think every American should be just cheering that.
Yes.
I mean, what bad or what issue do you have with that?
Right. They hate America, though. Folks, these people are anti-American. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They are anti-American. Unfortunately, it used to be back in high school, you'd have different, debates with people on the left and on the right. You guys would debate the issues, and afterwards, you all go out and grab something to eat, and you go out and hang out and something. But everybody was pro-America in the end.
Exactly.
Now this is total opposite. I want to acknowledge our super chatters here. All right, Kung Fu CJ with the $5 super chat. Says none of the MSN outlets said anything about this rescue. Wow.
I'm sorry.
Andrew. Okay. Yep. Yes. Oh, wow. Andrew Fay with the $100 super chat. Wow. Thank you so much. Says good quote. If violent crime is to be curbed, it is only the intended victim who can do it. The felon does not fear the police, and he fears neither judge nor jury. Therefore, what he must be taught to fear is his victim. They are going after the people in the grind.
Wow, thank you, Andrew.
Thank you. Thank you so much. But that was that's right on your up your alley.
Yeah, they want to destroy, and the people we have to fight back.
Right.
I was going to say something. I just thought of this. Yesterday we talked about how sunny it was, and then one of the astronauts' name was Sunny. And you notice how sunny she looked? She was pleasant. And I mean, of course, she has to go through physical therapy and all kinds of things. But look at her. She was just happy, or at least she was, very pleasant looking, sitting up in the on the stretcher, and her disposition was sunny, apropos. Unlike some of the other people with that name, we might.
Yeah, and we're gonna get into that. The View, they went off on each other today, folks. It was actually fun to see. Made me feel good, but But before we do that, I want to talk about. I mean, the astronauts confirmed that it actually was a political reason why Elon Musk SpaceX was not able to get them out sooner. So apparently the Biden administration did not want to cooperate or allow SpaceX to get the astronauts down sooner because of his political affiliation. So that Biden's administration did not want it to be seen like he had to use Elon Musk to get the astronauts. And because Elon Musk had been aligned with President Trump throughout the campaign.
Right. Isn't that? Yeah. Bottom line translation. If you're on the wrong side, your ass will just stay in space. That's it. Yeah. I mean, if you're on the wrong side, that's basically what they're saying. They don't give a damn about these astronauts, their training, all the hard work they put into even getting there. The Biden administration, Kamala Harris, and the senile president, basically, auto-pinned it to say, no, we're not going to send them. We're not going to send Elon, SpaceX, because we don't want it to be credit to be given where it's rightfully due, certainly in this case. So bottom line, translation from the left, if you are stuck in space, your ass will be stuck in space.
Yeah. Not only that, but this symbolizes and also signals this is their MO, folks. They will use anyone to further themselves. Use them or leave them. If it doesn't advance them in some way, whether it be power, money, what have you, they'll let you go. They'll let you go. And they do this all the time with the American people. They lie about what they're doing. They lie on President Trump. And we have to continue to call them out. Folks, if you love faith, family, and freedom, hit that like button, share this with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a truth-filled episode. I want to get back to before we talk about anti-American. We have another super chatter here. Laura
Hi, Laura
says, love poppin' politics and chat family. Thank you, Laura, with the $5 super chat. Rico says, elected folks, the pimps, everyone else the O's. Oh, yeah, elected folks, yeah. They are. They're pimps. You're right. Users. Yes. Kung Fu CJ with the $5 super chat says, Biden blocked Elon Musk because he switched parties. Yeah. Absolutely. Remember when Elon Musk, you said it used to be the left's darling.
Yes.
They love the Teslas. Yeah. And now he's like, awful person.
If you get the space, you better find your own way to get back down.
Yeah, absolutely. And here is Tim Walz and Gavin Newsome. And again, Tim Walz is really unhinged. Folks, God blessed us when he did not get into office as the vice president. This is clip 9.
But the bottom line is, and I think it goes back to what we began with, and I applaud you for this, is we cannot continue to be on the defense reacting to this. We've got to go on the offense. We got to meet people where they are. But I also think this, and this is where, this is part of the conversation I'm trying to have, is you got to respect people you disagree with, and you can't just dismiss people. This
How
notion
do you fight it?
This notion
I think
of
I could kick most of their ass. I do think that if they want to do it. I know I can outrun them, but I don't know if we're going to fall into that place where we want to. Okay, we challenge you to a WWE fight here type of thing.
No, but it's a natural reaction. I think it's one of the reasons we're losing so many men. And again, it's multi-ethnic. It's not just white men. We're losing them. We're losing them to these guys online. We're losing them people that I'm bringing on this podcast as well. That's why I brought.
These are bad guys, though. These are bad guys.
But they exist, and we could deny they exist. They exist. Not only they exist, they persist, and they're actually influencing young kids every single day.
How do we push some of those guys back under a rock?
I think we have to first understand what their motivations are. I think we have to understand what they're actually doing. And
you don't
I think
think
that's
it's racism and misogyny?
I think there's a lot of that, but I don't think it's exclusively that. When you talk to a guy like Steve Bannon, he talks about working folks, and he talks about how we hollowed out the industrial core of this country.
But
I understand that. But
oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. How do we put them back on the rock?
Right. And they're goofy, Scooby-Doo. Let me tell you something, Tim. First of all, I know a few healthy, strong, tough, if you want to call them tough men, who will literally kick your ass, okay? And I will stand by cheering them on, and KJ will be right there too. So we will be right there. I know they will kick your ass. Let me see. I got 5 of them right now in my head, literally, okay? So you ain't kicking nobody's ass. Ain't nobody scared of you like that, okay? Number 1. Number 2, you're goofy. You are goofy. I don't even know why Minnesota. I know they say Minnesota nice, and there are millions of Minnesota people, Minnesotans who are very nice people. But I think they made a mistake putting your dumb ass in office. Yes, I'm calling you dumb, just like Don Lemon said that there were can't be black in MAGA. You're dumb. You're an idiot. You will get your ass kicked, and I will be cheering it on.
Yeah, this guy, he clearly he must have gotten into some lead paint when he was young and just eating away at the lead paint in the windows and on the walls. He is insane. Did you guys see? So Gavin Newsom says to him, he says, we need to respect people you disagree with. And he says, I think I can kick their ass. What? Gavin Newsom is trying to say we need to do it another way. We need to, somehow figure out or try to understand why so many voters were turned off by us during the election. Why so many voters turned to Trump? Why so many men are turned off by whatever we have been saying. And then he says, how do we push them back under a rock? Ooh. It's like, are you crazy, guy? You're not listening. You are not listening.
No, he's not. Gavin Newsom, whether like him or not, he is trying to play that political middle, right? I mean, he's schmoozing his way. He's trying to bring his party so they can actually win and put in their agenda. I don't trust them as far as I could throw him. However, he's trying to, again, say, look, we lost. Obviously, what we said or did is not working with most of the American people. But dumbass here, doofus, that's what they used to call doofus, and Scooby-Doo just wants to, he swear he got some of these MMA fighting skills. I want to see your ass get kicked. And I really mean that.
Yeah, it's really bizarre. It was really bizarre. And again, we, are not Gavin Newsom fans. We don't support him one bit. He is just like all the other Democrats, maybe worse. But at least he is learning. At least he's trying to see. He can recognize that they did something wrong, and he's trying to figure out how they can fix it. Not just double down on stupid. Again, this guy, Tim Walz, is saying, isn't it misogyny and racism and xenophobia? And blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh God, he's so annoying. So annoying. We have a super chat here, folks. Thank you so much. All right, let's see here. Rose Readings says, what think about the Breakfast Club's Jess drama? Oh, okay. Yeah, we know. We have been watching it. Jess Hilarious is from Baltimore here. I have met her a couple times. Folks, I honestly think a lot of Democrats need to pay attention to what actually happened here. This is a simple case of somebody else came along that was better. And I think that I don't agree with the way that they went about doing this, but Jess went off on maternity leave. They had a replacement person come in to fill out for her, and they liked this girl better. And honestly, she does a really good job.
I think she does a good job. I don't watch The Breakfast Club regularly, but it seems like she brings a different, feel, right? So Jess is a comedian, she has her own, whatever you want to call it, spiel, I guess. But I don't know, was she supposed to leave or something? I don't understand.
Well, apparently Jess thought she was leaving. The girl's name is Lauren.
Okay.
But when she came back when Jess came back from maternity leave, Lauren stayed. Not only did she stay, but then she started doing and working on the same segment as Jess Hilarious. And so it caused some friction on screen and off screen. Not only on screen, but off screen with the fans. They started sort of championing Lauren over Jess.
So a couple things here, I think. I mean, again, I don't know all of the details, but Jess is on for the whole show, right? Or she's only on for part of the show?
I think for a large portion.
So she has a segment just by herself. Is that what she's talking about?
Yeah, she would do the news.
Okay. But again, when I saw Lauren a few times, I've seen her. She brings some other information along with the context. Yeah. I mean, I don't necessarily know that she has to leave. Maybe it's a balance between all four of them.
Well, I think the issue here is management did not express what was going on.
Oh, okay.
So instead of them saying, hey, I know you before Lauren wasn't here, but you've come back from maternity leave. We're going to have both of you on. You do this, you did. And nothing was explained. Everything was kind of assumed. and it wasn't assumed well. So
I hope it works out.
Yeah, I hope both of them are able to stay. And you know, because they both bring a little something different to the show. All right. So speaking of mess, we got to go over what happened on The View this week, folks. They were at each other's throats. The left has gone wild about Chuck Schumer deciding not to push back against the continuing resolution budget that the Republicans and President Trump put forward recently. And they are furious, so much so different sides on the left are going at each other. And this is a clip where the ladies of The View were eating each other alive today. Viewers probably had to turn down the volume on their TVs as they yelled at each other and argued over whether or not Democrats were infighting about how they should have shut down the government. Take a look. This is clip 11.
And I can almost cry today for these people, these vets who are losing everything. Why don't the Democrats go out there and march and stop fighting with each other? I'm sick of it.
Well, I don't know, Joy, that they're fighting with each other. They're not fighting a unified fight. That is the problem.
The fact that Nancy is now out there criticizing Schumer, stop it already.
You know why she's criticizing him? Because he should have been fighting for that veteran. He should have been fighting for the people of America that are feeling the way that they are feeling. The Americans that I've spoken to, people that approach me almost every single day, say they don't feel like the party is fighting for them. This is not about
well, that's what I'm saying. Go out and fight for them.
But it's not about, well, he had the opportunity to fight for them. Chuck Schumer caved to the GOP and got nothing. This was not actually the choice. But Joy, the choice was not between a no vote on the partisan GOP spending bill and a possible shutdown. It was a choice between a no vote and forcing Republicans to explain why they walked away from that possibility of a bipartisan agreement. And the core disagreement was around a willingness to fight, even if that meant convincing the public that the harm from a shutdown was the fault of Trump and the Republicans, because they are going to do exactly what they are doing. They're taking money away from vets. They're going to take money from Social Security. They're going to take money. So let them hold the water for them. Let them hold the bag. Democrats in the House were prepared for that fight. Chuck Schumer caved.
They didn't have the votes in the House. Okay, so it would have been worse if he didn't concede. It would have been worse. And that's what was surprising about Pelosi saying that, because she knows from her experience as Speaker of the House that the negotiator told Chuck Schumer he did not have the votes. He could not get the votes. He shut it down. And one thing that changed my mind is yesterday I called him on the carpet and said, how are you leadership when you only get 9 Democrats to follow you? But then someone shared something that made me change a little of my perspective. They had exactly the number they needed to not shut down. So he gave cover to a ton of Democrats that probably in common sense terms knew their voters would backlash if they shut the government down. And honestly,
he gave coverage to the GOP to do whatever the heck they want to do.
Nobody's fooling themselves. It's a minority. They don't have the math. It's just basic math. There are facts there. It's not an opinion. They cannot avoid this. And if they bent the knee and pushed back just to show the public they were fighting.
All right. So these are some dumb women. These are some dumb, lying women. And we're going to correct the record right now. Before we do, I want to acknowledge our super chatter here. Chadwick with the $5 super chat says, Lauren is from TMZ. She has the experience. She's much more feminine than just hilarious is. And the truth is people are responding to her better. Well, there it is. Yep. Thank you so much. Marissa Mack with the $10 super chat says, you ladies rock. Love what you're doing. I'm going to be getting a t-shirt. I'm looking for one with your logo and pictures. I know it will be a great conversation.
We got to get one of those.
We do. Yes, we will do that. Great. That's a great suggestion. Thank you, Marissa. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. All right. So, folks, let's get into this. So, before we really get into this, we want to share with you all what caused this. What are they talking about? So, they're talking about a town hall where a veteran was very upset about the DOJ cuts and some other things he's yelled about. Take a look at this. This is clip 12.
You're lying. I'm a veteran
So to be clear, I deeply value the contributions that federal employees make every day.
Let him speak. Let him speak.
Service. For example, folks at the National Weather Service
All right. So I want to start off by saying this. When President Trump was elected, many of us, we wanted him to get rid of the deep state. We wanted him to go in and get rid of the swamp. We wanted him to shake things up. We wanted him to get out these grifters in government who, have been in government, who have been just there to collect a check, weren't really doing work. Also, those NGOs and government bureaucracies that were not doing their job and were pushing back against his agenda. We wanted him to do it. And this is what he is doing. But I think a lot of people didn't know that it would also include getting rid of a lot of federal workers. Okay. Getting a lot of people we know. We're here in Maryland, which a large portion of federal workers live and work here in Maryland. And I have family, friends, many, 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 many people that have been laid off, who have been working for the federal government for 20 years, 30 years. And many of these people are not, partisan. Some of them voted for Trump.
Right.
And they are hard workers.
Right.
And my heart goes out to them. I have been laid off twice in my life. I know how it feels to be sitting in an office wondering, you hear the rumors first, oh, they're going to close us down, or they're going to lay off coming. This happened to me in 2008 when the market crashed. I wasn't a federal worker. I worked for the private industry. It is stressful. And then when you're laid off, it's even more stressful. I get it. I understand it. My heart and my prayers go out to anyone that is dealing with that. But there are a lot of lies going out here too.
Yes. So I want to say this to your point. We have a super chatter there first. Jasper. What does he say? Oh, y'all are the real view. Keep up the great work, ladies. Thank you, Jasper.
Thank you so much for your $10 super chat.
What I want to say is this. I know, like you said, we know people who work for the federal government. One of the things that I'm going to tell you what I've heard from them, some of these people who are being laid off, or they might know people who are being laid off. Their offices are being downsized. They said, this is what I hear collectively, that it seems that, like always, if you will, the little people are getting the brunt. And the people who are really doing the grifting at the top, they get these huge salaries and they're not being touched. So from their perspective, it's like, okay, I go to work, I'm at the bottom of the federal scale, but yet I'm losing my job. Or people that I know, the directors and the bureaucrats at the top, all of these executive level people, they're not being touched. They're still getting their 6-figure or more salary plus perks a year, while we are being cut out of our livelihood. To that, I can understand that. And in some ways, I talk about that not just with the federal government per se, but I talk about that mindset, or this idea of the government just being taken this largesse, this idea that they have all of this largesse and control over us. So I totally understand that perspective. Okay, I'm not poo-pooing that perspective at all. I will say this. The mindset, the mentality is that, number one, our government has grown so large. It is so encroaching over our lives, right? That's number one. Number two, something has to be cut. Much of it, I say across the board, top, whatever, has to be cut. Because if you have more of your own money, there's no need to fund all of these bureaucrats and all of these extra positions and wherever. It won't be a need. You can have your money where you don't have to rely on the government to that extent. Are there positions in the government or services that we need? Yes, but nowhere near what our government has grown to in size and scope. Now, I do know I want to say the AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees, over the last 50 years, the sheer number of government employees has relatively stayed the same, about 2 million, give or take. That's generally because of attrition, retirements, death, and then they replace those positions. So the number stays the same, give or take. Go ahead.
But the government has grown
the money
by leaps
right,
and bounds. Right. The money, the
employee wise, right. Employee wise, it's about the same. It's the scope of what they have their hands into, what they are collecting in revenues from the taxpayers. And granted, yes, federal employees pay taxes. Okay, we get that, right? But the private sector is the one who really fuels and funds the government by and large. The private sector is the one who's carrying the bulk of the brunt of all of the taxes, if you will. The private sector still employs more people, or the largest share of the workforce. Something has to be cut. Again, we are not, happy or excited about people losing their jobs. I just understand that our government needs to be cut. And again, I do agree to a large extent what those people are saying. The bureaucrats at the top, get rid of some of those high-end positions that do absolutely nothing except have a marquee on their door, director or whatever the case may be.
Schedule meetings all day.
Yes. Yes.
But another thing. So the second half to this is the View ladies, particularly Sunny, just blatantly lied. She just lied about a whole bunch of stuff. And what's happening is what we saw at that town hall. That was a town hall in North Carolina, Asheville, North Carolina. I know where that is. Over Doge cuts. The media, the left and mainstream media are pushing out the idea that President Trump and Elon Musk and Doge are cutting Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. It is not true. It's just not true. And first off, they have been saying this before Doge even started. They were always pushing it that President Trump was going to cut Social Security. Folks, President Trump has at least said it 3 times. He is not cutting Social Security. He said it in 2015. He tweeted, "I was the first and only potential GOP candidate to state there will be no cuts to Social Security, Medicare, or Medicaid." Then 2016, his presidential campaign, he frequently assured voters, "I'm not going to cut Social Security like every other Republican." Then in February of last year, he said at a press conference, Social Security will not be touched. It will only be strengthened. And it is strengthened when they get the fraud and waste out.
Exactly.
There are so many people that are receiving benefits that either one, are legally are not supposed to be receiving them, or 2, the way the system is set up, they don't need them and they're getting them.
Exactly.
So it needs to be an audit from the top down on these benefits, on the social, not on all of this stuff. To see what is truly needed and what is not, what is fraudulent and what is waste.
Right. And if Congress would do its job, we would have better accounting. We would have better more transparency, if you will. And if they keep their hands out of what they call the Social Security lockbox or the general fund or wherever it goes, then we would have a better understanding of what's coming in, what's going out, who's getting what. But again, the systems are not updated. The technology, again, you can go to almost any government office. We can't even call a government office that we might need to without being put on hold for 10 days. I mean, literally, and then by the time the 10 days come, you get hung up on, and it's ludicrous. We don't deserve this, and we should not be paying for this incompetency, this lack of accountability, and we should not be paying for it, period. This largesse. Leave out money alone.
Like you said, it's more money. It's all quadruple in the amount of money that they receive, and it's become less and less efficient.
Exactly.
That needs to change, and the only way it can be changed if an audit is done, if they look through this, they go through it like with a fine-tooth comb and figure out what is going on.
Right.
So, that's what it is. And shame on the left. Shame on you. Shame on the mainstream media for peddling lies to veterans to elderly people, getting them stressed out, getting them sick, getting them, as we saw this veteran worried that their benefits are going to be cut when that has not been true. It has not been said.
It has not been true. It's not true at all. And again,
they're using.
They said that. I was about to say that they're using these people for their own political purposes to get them worked up and riled up. Your veterans benefits and Social Security are not going to be cut. That's it. Medicare, Medicaid. Again, you get the fraud and the waste and abuse out, then you're going to have a whole lot of savings. Okay, you weed out the roles of who actually needs these benefits and who doesn't. Bill Clinton, what was it called? The Welfare to Work program, I forget. When Bill Clinton was in office, he cut the rolls. Why not do that? Everybody who's receiving some kind of entitlement service, particularly Medicare, Medicaid, Social Service, does not need them. Go out. McDonald's, I worked at McDonald's. I actually did work at McDonald's, okay? I really did. I did the fries. I did the front counter. I did the little, all that. The ice cream machine. I literally worked at McDonald's. McDonald's is an honorable position. Walmart, and I'm not saying you have to do those. I'm just saying there are other jobs. But having a job is a sense of dignity. It's a sense of accountability, responsibility. That's better in 99.99% of the time than sitting home collecting an entitlement check. And I'm not talking about the veteran Social Security, if that's what you earn. I'm talking about the Medicaid, all the other welfare. Go work for your keep.
Yeah. And lastly on this, folks, again, our hearts and prayers go out to anyone that is laid off of their job, that has been laid off and has been working hard, and is now looking for employment. We are praying that you find another employment. We're praying that you are able to take care of your family and that you find another job quickly and that God places you in a good place where you can grow. I'm praying for you. So we're going to change gears a little bit here and talk about this viral story about a track runner, a Virginia high school track runner, seen striking another runner in the head with a baton on a viral video, held a rally for supporters after being charged with assault and battery. Alila Everett of IC Norcom High School was seen striking fellow runner Kaylin Tucker in the head at the Virginia State Championships earlier this month. Take a look here. This is a video of the race. This is clip 3. All right. So that was a clip. She says she did not mean to hit. It was not intentional. She claims that this was not intentional. She was not meaning to hit this runner. This is clip 6, where she talks about it.
Then on the curve, I seen something yellow in my peripheral, which was her uniform. And she was so close to me that my baton kept hitting her. And it's either keep hitting her or fall into the metal railing that's on the bank track. So eventually, after a couple times hitting her, my baton got stuck behind her back like this, and it rolled up her back. I lost my balance, and when I pumped my arms again, she got hit. She was cutting in when it happened, when she should have waited a little bit longer. But she cut in too quick, so she was so close to me that she got hit when I was running. So, yeah. Then, when I hit her, I kept my baton up so I wouldn't hit her again because she was still really close to me. And I thought about, I wanted to check on her, but I knew that, I was like, I'm gonna just finish the race. I handed the baton off, and then it was already people around her. So after the race, I went to my coach, and he said he's handling it and for me to do my cool down. So I did my cool down, and when I went back up there, he said they offered them a rerun and they didn't want to do it, and we're disqualified. And he told me to stay around him because he didn't want nothing else to happen, you know.
So that whole, the collision that people see, and like you explained it, you're pumping your arm, getting ready to run forward, and that's where that forward motion comes from. That was not you intentionally striking her with that baton, right?
Yeah, plenty, like, people that I don't even know at my school found my Instagram and texted me because they know it's not in my character. Even other track teams like Northview and Manor texted me because they know that's not in my character.
All right. So Shelly, what do you think?
It might not be in her character, but it damn sure was in that right arm. I mean, it was in that right arm. And then I'm laughing because number one, I don't believe her. Okay. I looked at that clip. I looked at it from different angles. Different sites had different angles. You could see it when they were going around the curve. Like she said, the young lady, Kaylin, I think her name is, she kind of, I guess, a little bit edged over into, but we call that centrifugal force. And that's number one when you're running. Okay. Well, when you're on the curb, that's number one. Number two, there was only force that she used was her right hand to swing that baton. Then she had the audacity to say, this is the part I laughed at because I thought it was so hilarious. I mean, that made her seem like she was just totally lying. Her baton got stuck up her back. Yeah. Well, if it never was there in the first place, it wouldn't get stuck. I mean, it was just totally a lie. I mean, her parents have come out. To my knowledge, if I'm wrong or if you know differently, please, first of all, give us a like, subscribe, and a share. But then also let me know. To my knowledge, I have not seen any apology from this young lady. I've seen clips of her parents speaking for her and she was in the background, but I have not seen and or heard that she has apologized at all. If I'm wrong, first give us a like, subscribe, and share, and then let us know if I'm wrong.
Well, we have a super chatter here. I want to thank you guys so much here. Kung Fu CJ says she is being charged. Yeah. Yes, she is. She has been criminally charged. I believe it's criminally charged.
Yeah, assault.
For assault, right. Here's another part of that video. This is clip 7.
Video, it does look purposeful, but I know my intentions and I would never hit somebody on purpose because of jealousy. It's plenty of people. I know I'm not the best at track. I applaud her for being such a great runner. I would never hit somebody because of jealousy. And it's like, at the end of the day, I'm a child too. And I'm sorry. I didn't intentionally hit her. I didn't know it was going to cause a concussion. I didn't know all of this was going to happen. I would never do that to somebody on purpose. Literally, when I used to play basketball, I literally used to apologize in the middle of the game. Like, nobody does it. I'm not the type to hit somebody on purpose. Like, I've never been in a fight. I've always been in honor roll. I never get calls home. So just people making, like, just off of a 9-second video, they're assuming my character, calling me ghetto, racist slurs, death threats, all of this just because of a 9-second video. And
All right. So here's my response. I don't know if she did. I was a track runner in high school. It doesn't make sense to me for her to do that. It does not make sense for you. You're running against someone on a relay and you hit them with the baton. You're not going to win. You're not going to win. You're probably going to be disqualified. Why would she intentionally hit her?
Because of jealousy, KJ. That's what makes sense. I don't know. She was so upset. I don't know what the history.
I think what it was. I think is she's running and she's realizing this girl is getting ahead of her. And I think she went to, you know how sometimes you're like you making the motion where you're upset
3 times.
No, I didn't see. Well, we have another video.
She had more than
clip
one.
5. Let's take a clip.
Because she even said after the first time that my baton got stuck up her back.
I didn't see. Here we have a clip 5. Take a look here. This is another angle.
Everybody has feelings, so
you're physically hurt, but you're not thinking of my mental, right? They're going off of one angle. A couple times hitting her, my baton got stuck behind her back like this, and it rolled up her back. I lost my balance, and when I pumped my arms again, she got hit. I know my intentions, and I would never hit somebody on purpose. They're assuming my character, calling me ghetto, racist slurs, death threats, all of this just because of a 9-second video.
It was
all right, let's
two.
see. I didn't see 2 times. Let's see the slow motion.
She even said it.
Clip 4.
After she pumped her arms again implies more than once.
She was saying she pumped her arms. Let's see clip 4.
Over. Yeah. At least 2 times, maybe
I don't know.
3.
To me, I mean, again, I take everything into context.
I ain't no context.
No, I do. I take it all into context. This girl, as she mentioned, I don't know if it's true.
Okay.
But she mentioned she's never been in a fight.
Okay.
She's an honor roll student. She's never been in any type of interaction, altercation or anything. To all of a sudden, you are a track runner and you're running track. And you think it's going to be a good thing to all of a sudden out of character. Like she said, this is way out of character.
Okay.
She's a basketball player.
And she's human.
She just hit somebody. It just doesn't make sense to
She's
me.
human. I granted she's never been in a fight or whatever. She's been on the honor roll. I give her all of that. It does not exclude her from being part of the human race. Of
course.
In any moment, because of the competition, the adrenaline's going. This girl is coming up, easing on her. Maybe pushing her out, or she's going to be in 3rd place now ever. And maybe I'm saying jealousy in the sense that particularly that moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, it's possible. But I do know that she clocked that girl with that baton at least twice, maybe 3 times. I get it. She was in momentum. I mean, in motion. When things are in motion, they have, they will continue in motion. So her arm just kept revving up and hitting, because if that girl had not fallen out of that race, she may have been laid out on that track somewhere. I mean, she had a concussion, so we know she hit her. We know that.
Yeah, I do. I think that she did not intentionally mean to hit her. I think that she saw the girl overcoming her, overtaking her, and when you run, and she was running, and she saw it, and then she was hitting the air, I think, and hit her. But I don't know. It just doesn't make sense.
Okay,
to me. It does not make sense. These athletes, especially she's a sophomore in high school.
I think so.
Okay, so this isn't like some intramural sport or whatever. This is state cup. I've been in state cup. These are girls that have been running for a long time. She's an athlete. She already said she's playing more than one sport. This is not her first rodeo. And what do you get out of that? You're going to be disqualified.
I get that. Okay, I'll give you another example. And
why would you just help me understand? Why would she do
it's
it?
happening on professional.
What would be the outcome?
It's happening on professional levels. In ice skating, Tanya Harding and what was her name?
She
Nancy
was doing
Kerrigan.
it, but she didn't want people to know.
No, my point is that it does happen.
Oh, not
they
that.
They are competing at the highest level.
Different.
For whatever reason,
Tanya Harding
and
did
Nancy Kerrigan.
She did it secretly. She did not
thought
want
she was
people.
secret.
Right. This was on the track.
But
people
my
are going to
point
see
is,
this
no,
happen.
my point is that
Doesn't make sense.
That level of intensity. A lot of things don't have to make sense, but they make sense if you look at them from maybe even the opposite, or just a matter of competition and again edging out. Now I don't know. But again, when I'm saying jealous at that moment that she was going to maybe lose or come in 3rd place or whatever. But I do know she hit her at least twice, maybe 3 times. And I'm even open to quote unquote forgiving her. It's not for me to forgive her. I don't think she should be disqualified for the rest of her life. I'm not saying that. And she certainly doesn't need death threats. Okay. I mean, come on, that's real farce. And why would she even be called racist or whatever? That's just stupid. No, I don't think she should be disqualified. The death threats, get it out the ethosphere, if you will. But I think she should be whatever. I don't know, fined. Maybe even charged. Maybe they can go to court. Maybe they'll work it down to a misdemeanor, community service, things like that. I believe she did it on purpose.
Well, usually when they do things like this, if you have a fight that breaks out in a sporting event, then they're banned from the whatever if it's
For that event,
that MIAA or whatever
that conference,
right? That conference is they're banned for a certain period of time, and also it depends on the coaches,
right?
So if her coach, the girl that was a victim, if her coach says I don't want her playing, we want her out, then they usually keep them out for a certain period of time. But again, I mean, it wasn't, maybe it was intentional, but I mean, to me, just from her background, generally when you see stuff like this, which I have seen athletes that get into fights at sporting events, it's a pattern. This isn't like the first time. They have a pattern of aggression, and they tend to fight, but again, this just doesn't make sense to me. It just really doesn't make sense. It would be one thing again if there was if it wasn't actually on the track, like if the race hadn't started, or they were behind in the gym somewhere and she hits this girl, whatever. But to hit her on the track, I don't know. You guys sound off.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think. Do you think it was intentional? Do you think it was or do you think that she didn't mean to actually hit her? I don't know.
I'm open. I would give her grace. Like you said in the court of law, take all of her background into consideration, and maybe the judge again give her whatever, some leniency, if you will, mercy, but she still has to pay a fine or whatever the case may be. I'm even open for all of that, but I think I haven't heard her apologize yet.
Yeah, right. We have not. Jay Hunter with the $5 super chat says, KJ, type in track runner punches another racer in the back of the head and watch this few seconds clip. This is exactly how that girl looks. Okay.
Oh, okay. It's a clip. We got to.
Okay. Yeah, we'll take it. Thank you so much, Jay Hunter. Yeah, I mean, I might be wrong. He says, Jay Hunter with the Marissa says desperation can make people do things out of character. Yep, you're right. $5 super chat. Chadwick with the $5 super chat says we got to call a spade a spade. She beat the bleep out of her on purpose. I am upset at her and both parents for not holding her accountable.
Yeah, that's the
what are you gonna do? I mean,
that's what made it worse.
Let me tell you something. Knowing my child, if I was in this situation, I don't care. And I saw that video, and my child who has never hit somebody, my child who is a big guy, and he goes out of his way not to hurt people on the field. If he told me he didn't do it purposely, I would back him up. I'm sorry. I would back him up. See, knowing the type of athlete he is. I get it. If in our relationship, if he's an honest person, if I know him not to lie, if he told me that, Mom, I did not intentionally mean to do this. Okay. Or I would back him up.
Okay, let me say something.
Tell me what you would do.
Let me say something to this. This is what it makes me more upset. Again, her parents have been speaking out. Again, the parents.
Yeah, that's too much. Yeah,
right. The parents making these clips or whatever and making her look like the victim. Again, I'm not saying this girl should be banned for life. I'm not saying she's the death threats. But there are a lot. Parents in general, of course, our natural instinct is to protect our child. What we often, I think, forget is that our children, they can lie. Yeah. They can lie. They do lie. Right. Not even that they can, right? They do lie. They will lie. You know why? Because we've all done it too. That's Absolutely. Number one. Yep. Number two, at the very least, the parents, even if it wasn't intentional, she still should say, you know what, you need to at least give an apology to your coaches, whatever. And don't go on social media and TV, with the tears and making yourself out to be the victim. If it was not intentional, say that, apologize, whatever the case may be. That's never even happened. So, your child, my child, an apology is certainly warranted.
Absolutely. I definitely agree there. They should have apologized. Now, I have seen a situation like this. They generally do not want them apologizing the same day.
Why?
Because temperatures are high.
Okay.
So I have
the same day.
The same day. So like she said, her coach told her, stay with me. I've actually seen that happen where, a team gets into a fight or whatever, and the coach will say, come with me. But they do apologize like the next day. You send the coach a letter. You apologize to both coaches. The coach of the person who did this apologizes. So I don't know.
This is the clip they were talking about.
Oh, this is the clip. Oh,
it does happen. See?
Yeah. And did he deny it?
I don't know. I don't. I would look at this again. I don't know.
Yeah, we can't really see it. It's not good.
But see, you said they don't do it the same day. Okay, maybe.
Yeah, they don't do it the same day because everything, temperatures are high. Like people really, if that, oh my God, if that happened to my child got hit in the head like that, I would have been, you wouldn't been able to stop me. I would have let the whole track beat out. But the next day, the coaches will have that child, write a letter, call the people who are the injured person. Right. So like you said, an apology definitely needs to happen.
Right.
Yeah. So I certainly agree there. All right, folks. Well, that does it for us tonight. Yeah, we have a couple super chats here. Volvo Rant says them with the $2 super chat says them funny looking.
Something for them.
FBA haters. Oh, what's that?
I don't know.
All right, Pamela Kitty with the $5 super chat. I agree with Shelly. The track video. Yeah, y'all right. All right. You guys are probably right.
Here's something for my Caribbean. For my Caribbean FBA, hey, I was enjoy a little.
Well, talk about what you're doing here.
So this is for all of these FBAers who come on here and try to mock us or whatever. This is the ode to my Caribbean heritage. Right here, a Caribbean FBA. Okay. It's ode to my Caribbean heritage. Okay. Hey, man.
Yeah. There's folks, for you guys who don't know this. We have people who are called FBAs, foundational Black Americans, who heckle us because they think we're Caribbeans. We're not.
And because we don't, I guess, support or subscribe to this FBA, we didn't say you couldn't be one. We just say, we don't support these reparations or whatever. What do you want? Associate with who you want. But I say, I'm a foundational Black American too. I was born here, not in Caribbean, but I do like the Caribbean. And this is my ode to what's his name? What was the reggae player? See, I don't even know the reggae playing from the Caribbean. I'm not from there. I'm from here. But I'm going to give Bob Marley.
Oh, Bob Marley. Yeah.
Bob Marley.
And the crazy thing about this is they keep saying FBA is a lineage. Yeah. You can't deny the lineage. And y'all are denying our lineage.
Right.
We are foundational Black Americans. That is our lineage. Now, do we don't make a big deal about it. I mean, I don't know what you want us to say.
Right. Just be who you want. And I was born here. I'm a Native Black American, foundational Black American, whatever you want. And no, I don't agree with the FBAers trying to get reparations or whatever Tariq Nasheed talks about. Enjoy it. If that's what you are, be it. Fine. But you're not going to make me subscribe to it. This is America. Live and let live.
Right. Yeah, y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. We have some more super chats here. Why would we fake where we're from? Go back home and smoke it. Okay. Thank you for paying to say that. We appreciate you.
Yes, thank you.
We appreciate your man. We appreciate you telling us to do that. Okay. Now, you call me a Caribbean. You call me and you say I'm from the island. So now I talk to you like that. All right. I'm not. We're Americans. We were born here. Many of our lineage goes back a long ways here in America. Oh my gosh, you guys are crazy.
Thank you for your comments.
Yeah, thank you for super chatting that.
Thank you.
You want us to be Caribbean? We'll be Caribbean. Where you want me to talk from? You want me to be Jamaican? You want me to be Trini? You tell me. It's stupid. All right, folks. That does it for us tonight. Thank you all so much for watching. We appreciate the support. We will be back on Friday. Friday night. We will be back on Friday night. So definitely check us out here on Pop and Politics. If you want us in the meantime, we have several other shows. I will be here on Christian Conservative. Now that I am a child of the kingdom.
Exactly.
So Christian Conservative, you can find me on the YouTube channel at KJ Christian Conservative. I'll be on Thursday, tomorrow night. There, you can also check out Just the Guys podcast on Saturday at 6:30 p.m. And you can check out All American Talk Show at All American Talk. They had a live show yesterday. You got to check it out. It was fantastic. All right.
A couple more super
Yeah,
chats.
we do have some more super chats. Let's see here. Taurus with a $5 super chat says, before y'all go, one question. Do you think Scott Jennings could save The View if he was contracted to do so? Because he's saving CNN.
They're not ready for Scott.
Yeah,
They're
no.
not ready for him.
They don't want debate. They don't want to hear people who are actually come with good information, details, facts. They don't want to hear it. Conservative 7867 with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Says Doge are hitting arteries that's not supposed to be found, and they are leading to the main artery that will expose all. Dems will defend this at all costs.
Yep.
You are absolutely right. Elon Musk recently was on an interview and said he fears for his life. Some of the things that he's uncovering, he said people they're trying to unalive him because of it.
Thank you.
So, yeah, Shelly is too funny. Paul Kitty, thank you so much for your super chat.
Thank you.
All right, folks. Well, that's it for us. Again, please continue to like, share, and subscribe to this broadcast, folks. We are building a community, whether you are FBA, whether you are American, whether you immigrated here. We are here for God-fearing, truth-seeking, America-loving people. That's who we're here for.
And they love us too. The FBA, they love us. Thank you. We love you back.
Yes, indeed. All right. Until next time, count your blessings and live a life of purpose. Good night. It's time for Pop and Politics. It appears that that time period following slavery and Jim Crow It's time for Pop and Politics. It appears that that time period following slavery and Jim Crow were not as harmful to the Black community as the legacy of liberalism and the welfare state.
Because you have this candidate that checks all these boxes. Well, she's Black-ish, check the box. She's female, check the box. She's from California, check the box. And she's not Joe Biden. Right. Most importantly, check the box. We ought to win. Somebody roll out Beyonce.
You lie, you steal, you cheat, you cause fear, you cause all kinds of chaos, and now you want us to somehow take your sob stories as if you're on our side. Get the...
We are seeing, how Marxism, how communism have infiltrated many of our institutions, and one of the main institutions that have been infiltrated is the church. Welcome to Christian Conservative.
The Christian agenda is good for everybody.
President Trump, he's embracing God's design for the identity of man that you would think Christians would be happy about and hold on to, but they're not, especially Black Christians.
That's a very scary place to be. If you deny me in front of people, Jesus said, I would deny you in front of my Father.
This was political. They wanted to make an example out of you.
God forbid I had kissed the ring. I would have kissed the ring and still got sentenced that same way.
I said, Lord, you put him in because your sister was in jail.
Welcome back to the All-American Talk Show.
We are talking about OnlyFans, otherwise known as Lonely Fans.
And 4.1 million creators, 84% are female. They earn an average of $180 per month.
Bill's gonna go meet someone in an alley by a dumpster, and KJ and I are gonna keep talking for a little bit.
Oh my gosh, I had a bad dream, Giovanni. It's like I had to watch multiple minutes of The View.
As Maryland literally tried to take the word parent out of health education.
I don't care about the public schools, and I don't care about the teachers there. What I care about are that the students who go there get the education they need to become productive adults.
Just the Guys Podcast.
They all look the same. He's a real pretty boy, asking the questions real softly and nodding his head. Yes, mama. Yes, mama.
Madam President, these gentlemen do not believe that you are intelligent. I beg to differ.
I was the first vice president or president to ever in office go to a reproductive health care clinic.
Her strategy to win Black votes
was putting a twerking rapper on stage, saying that she cooked collard greens in the bathtub.
And you see a lot of black men typically vote in the way of the cooch.
When you take government out of it, things go back to where they're supposed to go. All of these things that the guy should have done to protect himself, why don't we just say keep your legs closed?
80% of the world walking out there is hedonistic degenerates who believe freedom is defined by how hedonistic and degenerate you express yourself.
You better thank a union member.